Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Cognitive Ergonomics. Today, we have a topic that is present in our daily lives, but we're not always aware of its importance. Cognitive ergonomics. Have you ever feel like your mind is about to explode after staring at the screen full of notifications? Well, that is clear example of cognitive overload. Sometimes that system doesn't try to avoid with cognitive ergonomic, but don't worry, we'll break it down for you today. I am Sofia and here he me are Camilo and Heider going to go. Guys, are you ready?
Ready. I'm excited to learn. This topic seems fascinating because we don't always think about how technology affects our minds.
I totally agree. It's something we take for granted, but it's so crucial. Sometimes interfaces are so poorly designed that they become a real headache. Today, we'll be ready to understand why.
Section 1. What is cognitive ergonomics? Okay, to get started, let me explain what cognitive ergonomics is. Basically, it's referred to a study of how systems and tools can be designed to better fit our brain's capabilities. Unlike physical ergonomics, which focus on posture or physical comfort, cognitive ergonomics seeks to optimize how we process, remember, and respond to information. The goal is to avoid mental overload.
That sounds interesting, but what exactly do we mean by mental overload? Can we give a practical sample?
Sure, imagine you're using an app with too many buttons, too much information on the screen, and constant notification popping up. If you're receiving so much information at once, your brain has to process all of it, and eventually you can't concentrate anymore, make more mistakes, and simply feel mentally exhausted.
Exactly. And it can be dangerous, especially if you're making important decisions, like with pilots who face complex interface with multiple screens. Cognitive ergonomics ensures everything is easy to understand and manage.
Okay, moving on the story. Cognitive ergonomics became well known in high risk sectors like aviation. In the 70s and 80s, technology in airplanes started getting more complicated, and designers noticed that pilots were making mistakes due to the cognitive overload. That's when studies started emerging, helping to design more intuitive interfaces.
And who does that translate into the scene of an airplane screens? Sometimes so specific like that.
Yeah, the idea is to reduce the amount of information present to the pilot and do it in a way that's easy to read, interpret quickly, especially in emergency situations. The screens are more clear new and alerts are direct so the pilot can be processed the rapid without feeling overwhelmed.
Exactly, Sophie and Cami. And it's not only in aviation, it's also used in hospitals. For example, in intensive care units, patient monitors are designed to show only essential information in a clear way. If too much information was shown, doctors wouldn't know where to look, and mistake could happen.
Wow, I did realize how deep this field goes and where it's also present in the interface we use every day, like apps and websites. But like anything, it's not all perfect. In cognitive ergonomics is not applied correctly. it can have negative consequences. One of the biggest risks in cognitive overload when a system is poorly designed, it forces us to process more information that we can handle, learning to mistakes.
Exactly, Sophie. And we also see this with the constant notification that we get. You're working on something important and suddenly your phone vibrates. You check in C5 notification and in the end you get distracted. That's extra cognitive load.
Yeah, and it's not just that. There is also issues or frustration. Is a tool is confusing or are hard to use. The user feels stressed. How many times have we abandoned an app or website just because we got confused by its design?
Totally, that happen a lot video games too. If a game is too complicated to understand from the start, player get frustrated and leave. Proper design can make the difference between a successful or failed game.
Section 4. Curiosities and counterproductive aspects. Each share a fun fact. Did you know that cognitive ergonomics is also applied to traffic signs? The design of sign must be clear and easy to understand at a glance. Think about a sign warning of a dangerous crossing. If the information isn't well present, it could cause an accident, especially if the driver is under pressure.
It's amazing how it's everywhere. And another fun fact is that in some cases less is more. Sometimes cognitive ergonomics can counterproductive if the design is implied so much that valuable information is lost. In some systems, more details are necessary, but in a way that styles understandable.
That's really interesting. In the end, it's about finding the perfect balance between efficiency and simplicity. Each one of those elements is of it can affect user performance and experience. In summary, cognitive ergonomics aims to make tool a system easier to use by adapting to how we think and process information, but it's also what it rights, such as cognitive overload or user frustration. That's why it's so important to apply this principle properly.
Exactly. And the most important thing is that all designers, from app developers to traffic scenes creators, should consider how our mission interacts with information.
Now, when you use any technology, think about whether it's designed with you in mind or if it's just adding unnecessary cognitive load.
Well, that is all for today's topic. We hope you now have the clear understanding of what cognitive ergonomics is and why it's so important. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you on the next episode.
Thank you guys. Goodbye. See you next time. Don't forget to subscribe. Leave us your comment about what you'd like to hear in the future episodes.
Right. Thanks, Sophie. Thanks, coming. See you soon. And don't overload your brains. Bye bye.